Welcome to Supporting Customers, one in a series of 6 webinars, which we've called Power Up to help us through these uncertain times. I'm Mandy Holloway, one of the directors of Footprint. Our aim is to discuss 2 of the key issues that our customers have mentioned and provide you with 3 tips for each in 5 minutes. If you'd like to contact us afterwards, please do so at sayhello@footprintdevelopment.co.uk. We've included a couple of questions for you to think about and discuss with your team at the end of this. So what are the key issues that our customers are mentioning? Depending on the organisations we work for, they could be facing a variety of challenges which they'll want that help with. How we handle these can help get someone through a tough time, make their burden a bit lighter, or if not handled correctly, can escalate their emotions. There are 2 main concerns that people mention to us. The first we've called transaction, which is what I can and can't do for the customer in the current situation. The second, called interaction, is how I help people feel better about that situation. So let's look at the first one, which is what I can and can't do for the customer. First tip is about analysing customer issues. So proactively considering what issues the current situation may be causing your customers, identifying any trends and queries you're receiving, and agree who needs to know about these. The second tip is about identifying what you can and can't do for the customer within your remit. This ensures consistency across the team and avoids the consequences of bending the rules incorrectly to meet the needs of a customer. The third tip, if there is something you can't do, explain the reason and tell them what you can do, including alternatives such as signposting external support. Ideally, either individually or as a team, research any source of internal or external, which you could signpost or action customers to in response to their concerns. Let's look now at interaction, so how I help people feel better about their situation. When we experience a situation, it first of all hits our emotional side of our brain, and before it moves to the more rational side. It can get hijacked by the emotional side, and when that happens, we stop to think logically. With all of the current crisis going on, our customers could be feeling a whole range of emotions. So what can we do to help there? The first tip is about seeking to understand the customer's concerns. So take the time to find out what their concerns are. Use good open questions and listen to their spoken and unspoken responses. Remember to use a balance of thinking and feeling questions. We have different preferences and different ways of working. So asking questions such as, what are your thoughts on that, as well as how are you feeling? The next tip is to genuinely empathise. So once we've understood the customer's concerns and any feelings and emotions, we can reflect that in genuine empathy. For example, listening to the customer who is worried about tapping into grants, I would say I can understand it would be worrying not knowing how to tap into those grants available. Let me share or send you a useful source of up-to-date information on that. So we showed we've listened to the customer and we've actually sourced some information for them. The third tip is about using respectful language, and that means avoiding red buttons such as "with all due respect" or "as I've just said." If customers are feeling emotion, they may not be taking everything in that we're saying. So we need to be patient with that and use the right positive language. Also mentioned there'll be a couple of discussion points that would be useful to discuss with your team. So what are the main issues customers will currently raise? That could be on any queries you've had so far, or also from your experience of your customers. What do you think will be the issues that they face? And then if that is the case, what can we do for them? So collectively thinking of the different resolutions you've got. Thank you for listening to this session. We do have 5 other sessions, which you can see there: leading remotely, working remotely, supporting colleagues, supporting yourself, and preparing for the future. Thank you very much for your time.